I guess fingers crossed on this one. Yeah, I think, hopefully, maybe.
Hi
Hi
again.
again.
We're trying it. Another shot here. Let's see how we do. Let us all know if it is good or it is not.
I know if it happens again, it's probably something to do with either YouTube. Well, it must be YouTube because
Because it's not
Twitch is
Twitch.
fine.
Um, yeah. I don't. I mean, if it cuts out again, maybe we'll just have to reschedule and do it again.
Yeah,
And we'll have to do Sirius over.
I guess so.
Or, I don't know.
Or we can kind of pick up where we.
Or pick up where we left off. Buffering a bit. Well, I'm just going to throw it out here. It is officially headcanon in my head that Crookshanks bought Sirius's wand.
Crookshanks?
That's what Katie said. She goes,
How did Crookshanks get money?
yeah, we can also use Discord to stream.
That's true.
I know. If you didn't stream on Twitch at the same time, would it make a difference?
I don't know. Maybe.
I'm not sure. But every time we do it, it's always YouTube. It's never Twitch.
Yeah.
So.
And it's also just it happens too rarely. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we should try Discord or something.
Yeah, we can try something else next time. I don't know. I'm not the tech guy, so I'm just the reader. That's it. Oh, that says unstable there.
Yeah, I'll say it, but it will never buffer on here.
Oh.
So we're just kind of hanging out right now. I just want to see before we get into any more deep conversation.
If it's gonna. Back to Crookshanks. At the end of book 3, Sirius says he paid for the broom with money Crookshanks got out of his vault.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So Crookshanks could have gotten him a wand.
Yeah. Okay, I guess so. Very weird. Ollivander, his cat comes in. But the wand chooses the wizard, so how can someone else buy you a wand?
Unless Ollivander was in on it.
Maybe.
Maybe Ollivander is in on the secret about Sirius.
Yeah. I feel like wands aren't something you can just buy online. You know, you got to be there in person.
Well, I mean, you can. It just doesn't mean it's going to work for you.
Yeah.
But you can.
Well, I guess after you figure out,
buy a wand.
After you find out what type of wand you need, like the core, the wood, the length, you probably could just, hey, I need this wand made.
Can the wand chooses the feline. Maybe. But I also just want to know how Crookshanks got money out of the vault.
That's a good question. Goblins don't seem like the type to, take a cat seriously. Even if it is a Kneasel.
Unless, well, I doubt that goblins really care whether Sirius is a criminal or not either.
Well, no.
So,
money's money.
Money's money. Maybe Sirius sent Crookshanks with a note.
Yeah, that could be it.
And the goblins were just like, oh, Sirius Black sent this cat. Okay. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe Sirius sent a note. Maybe the goblins just don't give two shits. That would kind of seem to be in line with how goblins feel about stuff with wizards. I don't think they care.
Give this cat 30 galleons, Sirius Black.
Yeah. I don't think they care.
How do they carry the money then? I guess give them a little pouch carry this.
Yeah. You'd have to have a... Goblins don't care. Molly got out money for Harry. That's true.
Yeah.
Goblins don't care. As long as they have the money, they don't care.
No. A wizarding version of Amazon Prime.
Oh, and Bill got money.
Yeah.
That's true too. So
Wizard Prime.
They have it. They have owl delivery service.
Well, yeah, but it's not Prime.
But they have magazines and things where you can like mail order stuff.
Okay, that's mail. That's not.
They don't have the internet though. I suppose you could probably.
They have the flu network.
You could flu powder packages to people, maybe.
Yeah.
You'd have to like put your head in the fire and tell it where it needs to go, and then poof, the packages maybe just flu powders into somebody's. Unless flu powder only works with human, like people, like alive.
That's true.
You have to be alive.
They have to say. I guess they would have to hold the package and do it, and then deliver it, and then go back.
Yeah. There's Amazon Prime, I guess.
Yeah.
Hello, Marcielo. How are you? So there's Wizard Prime. You've got because
Yeah, that's it. George is going to become the Jeff Bezos of the world. He's going to start it.
And Owl Order is pretty fast. Because Hermione talks about it in book 4. Or is it book 4? When Harry gets his broomstick kit. His broomstick, no, it's book 3.
Oh,
Harry gets the maintenance kit, right? She says in the letter, like, I ordered it through blah, 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 and it got here really quickly. Yada, yada, yada.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's a passage where Hermione talks, like, it's in her letter or something.
2-day owl delivery.
Yeah, yeah, there you go.
Hermione's got Prime.
Yep. She knows. Well, she lives, she lives in a Muggle house.
That's true.
She would know. I mean,
but this was the 90s.
It was the 90s.
You could only order books from Amazon at this point.
Well, that's true. Well, that's all Hermione would order from Amazon.
It's fair enough.
Okay. Yep, chapter 1, Owl Post.
Chapter 1. Alright, seems like the stream's good now, so...
Oh, that's good.
I think we can talk about Sirius a little bit more.
Okay.
It's been solid so far. I swear if we mention Sirius and it just says, poor stream quality.
Maybe the YouTube just doesn't like Sirius Black.
Don't you talk about Sirius Black.
Speaking of Post, I love the tropical birds that Sirius uses to send Harry mail in for.
Oh, yeah.
And I just like to, like, Harry thinks about Sirius sitting on an island, relaxing. And it makes him happy. But it just makes me think about all the other birds that the rest of the wizarding world must use for mail.
Right? Like,
do Costa Rican wizards use toucans?
that would be great.
What do Australian wizards use?
Cassowaries. Emus. It's what the great emu wore.
That's really what it was about? Yeah. It was wizards?
It was the equivalent to UPS and FedEx getting into a war.
Yeah, gotcha. I like the idea of the Australian wizards using cassowaries, though.
No one would try to steal your package, that's for sure.
Yeah. It's getting to its destination.
Yeah. No,
and it is getting paid for its service. Like the owl that delivers the paper for Hagrid.
Yeah.
Yeah, that cassowary is getting paid. That's happening.
Or else.
Yes. Sirius bought Ron his owl pig. That was a very nice thing to do. That's true. He got Ron his owl.
See, Sirius can be nice.
Sirius is nice all the time. His heart is always in the right place. Just doesn't always work out, but he always has. He's very kind-hearted. He always tries. I mean, he buys Harry his broom.
Yeah.
You know. Now I remember what those birds look like.
Like raptors.
Yeah, we have one at the park. His name's Kevin.
Scary. Yeah, so getting back into like good and bad Sirius, I think really the only bad thing that he did was sending Snape down the tunnel.
After Lupin?
Yeah.
That was a bad.
And you might not like me for this, but I don't think it's bad because of the harm that could have been done to Snape, but the harm that could have been done to his friends. Like, that's supposed to be one of your best friends, and he was gonna wake up to a bloodbath the next day, just confused. What happened?
Yep.
Whose arm is this in my mouth?
Yep.
Tastes greasy and deep fried, though. What is this?
Yeah, that's true. Sirius got pig for Ron because he felt bad he didn't have a pet anymore.
Yeah.
Because his pet ended up being a man.
A man that he cuddled with his entire boyhood.
Yep.
Ron's gonna need therapy.
They don't have therapy in the Wizarding world.
He still needs it.
Well, yeah, a lot of people in the Wizarding world need it, but they don't get it.
Maybe Hermione will introduce him to it.
Maybe that's how they keep their relationship going. Hermione's like, you need to do this. You need to sit down and have some conversations.
In the Wizarding world, you just suck it up, Buttercup.
Yes, you do.
Get over it.
Mm-hmm. Or not.
Give your balls a tug.
You had to do that, didn't you?
I did.
The stream. Yeah, we can all make stupid on the spot decisions when we're kids.
Yeah.
I think it was a clear-cut case of Sirius just did a thing and didn't realize the consequences of it. Especially at the age of 15, you think you're invincible. And he was probably just like, yeah, go down in the tunnel and see what happens, Snape. Didn't think that, like, oh, what if Lupin, like, kills him? I don't think that thought ever occurred to him. Because I think had he thought it through, he probably wouldn't have done it. But there again, that's Sirius's impulsivity to just do things. But if he'd have thought about it, maybe he wouldn't have done it.
It was Snape, so I don't know. That could be up in the air. He might have still done it.
Katie just said maybe if he'd have stopped to think about it, he might not have done it.
Yeah.
I think that's possible. Not so much for Snape's sake, but for Lupin's sake.
Yeah. That's my whole thing with it is. It wasn't
one
bad.
Thing to do
it was
Lupin.
Yeah, it was Lupin.
It's one thing to do it to Snape. It's another thing to do it to Lupin.
Mm-hmm.
Harry was just as impulsive and did things without thinking them through. Yeah, he does. Yeah. He does do that. Harry does do that. And yeah, Katie, I would agree. If he did it as an adult, that'd be totally different.
Yeah.
Harry can be very impulsive sometimes. But that's why he's got Ron and Hermione to kind of ground that in him.
Mm-hmm.
Because, yeah, sometimes it shows up most in Order of the Phoenix when he acts impulsively and just goes, and Hermione's trying to tell him, no, we can't just go. We have to think about this. There are other actions we could take, yada, yada, yada. And Harry just says, screw it, nope, we're going. And it all unrolls, and Sirius does the same thing. He goes, screw it, nope, I'm going to save Harry, and boom. It results in his death.
I know. Really, Sirius is the most like Harry, and then, James and Lupin are kind of his Hermione and Ron.
To a degree, I think. Um,
Because I mean,
I would say that Hermione and Lupin are the most alike. Right?
yeah,
They're the cool, collected, logical
and always reading a
characters,
book.
and always reading a book. Like that's the parallel there. Hermione and Lupin. Um,
And then Sirius and Harry are really impulsive, but then James and Ron, like they kind of went along with Harry, but they're the ones that end up kind of grounding him in the end.
but Ron, like Sirius, is so steadfastly loyal.
Well, yeah,
That's Sirius's biggest quality is that he's loyal to his friends.
man,
That's
why he
his
turns
thing.
into a dog.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, Dan, that's a good point. The midnight duel. That is an impulsive decision.
Yep.
Um. The difference between 90% of Harry's impulsive decisions and Sirius's impulsive decisions, I think, are Sirius makes these impulsive decisions based on his passion and anger over things.
Mm.
Harry makes these impulsive decisions 90% of the time based on gut instinct. Like the Sorcerer's Stone. Dumbledore's not around. This is happening. This is happening. We gotta go do it.
Yeah.
And it's like based in his gut. And the majority of the time when Harry acts impulsively based on his gut, it works out. Like the stone, like the Chamber of Secrets. And then other times, not so much, like when he puts on the invisibility cloak and creeps on Malfoy in Half-Blood Prince and then gets
Yeah.
curb stomped.
Yeah.
That was a bad impulsive decision.
And then yeah. And I mean Sirius, I'm sure he had a lot more, but he impulsively sends Snape down the hidey hole. And
Yep.
that went badly. And then he has the impulsive decision, hey, you know what, Peter, why don't you do it? And that turned out badly.
I think
I wonder.
Sirius, because Sirius is so loyal and so willing to do anything for his friends, that's how he sees other people, and he believes and wants to see the best in other people. So he assumes that because how he would respond to protecting James and Lily, he's assuming that Peter would also behave the same way. So his whole decision at the last minute to go with Peter is impulsively thinking Peter is a better choice because no one will suspect him, and he's as loyal as I am. All of us together are all as loyal as I am, and they would never do anything because I would never do anything. And he projects his loyalty on other people.
I do think that he thought he was just as loyal as everyone. I don't think that's necessarily the case. I think it would have been anyone just because they were marauders, and Peter has shown that loyalty up until that point.
I think he believes that Peter is on the same page, that
Yeah.
he's just as loyal.
I wouldn't necessarily say it's because Sirius thinks of that of everyone.
I think he
like
tends
all of his friends, but
I think he tends to believe the best in people, or at least wants to.
unless it's Creature
And
and his brother, or anyone in his family really,
and Snape.
whose name isn't Andromeda,
And Snape.
and Snape, and Slytherins, just in general. So.
Yeah, I think you're right, Katie. Harry's thing isn't so much a selfish impulsivity as like it's a saving people thing.
Yeah.
Harry has a saving people complex a little bit.
Yeah, he's got a hero complex. Like
A little bit.
Harry is of the thought process that no one can save these people or stop this besides me.
Yeah, I have to do it.
Yeah, it's on me.
Yeah. And I think that's why what happens in Order of the Phoenix needs to happen, because he needs to learn that it doesn't always have to be him, and sometimes when he goes on that and does it doesn't always work out. You need the help of other people. And unfortunately, he has to learn it in the worst, awful way possible.
Yeah.
But I think that's why his saving people thing happens the way it does in Order of the Phoenix. It's very tragic and awful. Sirius didn't trust Lupin. That's why they didn't tell him about the snitch. Draco makes Harry act impulsively. A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Harry just wants to
get him.
Get him so bad.
I know.
He doesn't think clearly. He's
he just gets stuck on it, and he's like, I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him.
Kind of like Creature with the half-bloods.
Mm-hmm. Katie says, I think... So someone asked... Gaming with Cook asked, why couldn't James be his own secret keeper? And Katie said, I think if the secret is about yourself, then you need a third party to keep the secret.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how it is, too.
That would be my assumption as well. If it's your secret, you can't keep your own secret.
But could they have made, the house and everything Lily's secret, and then...
No, because it's her secret, too. It's all of them, because they all need to hide.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, so, yeah.
The thing is, Snape already suspected Lupin is a werewolf, didn't he? Him deciding to listen to Sirius was just as reckless. I think Snape just wanted to know. He just wanted to know. He wanted Snape the proof, and he knew, but he wanted to see it with his own eyes.
He wanted the confirmation.
Yeah, I think Snape was like,
aha, I got you.
Yep, that was, and Snape still has that issue.
Yeah.
He has it in 3 when Sirius gets away and has like a total meltdown in the hospital wing.
I would have loved to see that.
I know. I wish that was in the movie so bad. Where he just freaking screams at everyone. Oh my god. And then in 4, when Harry's stuck in the stairs, he like freaks out because he knows and he wants to get him, but he can't get him. It's just like repeat over and over and over.
It's almost as tragic as Trelawney. He's always right. Can never prove it.
Trelawney, she always...
No one ever believes him.
No, her.
No, Snape, too. He's always right.
Oh, I know. He can't prove it.
He can never prove it.
I know. Trelawney's predictions are always correct, but she doesn't go down the right hunch of the prediction. She doesn't... Yeah. Draco is the Dudley that Harry can fight. Sirius Black is probably a little crazy after 12 years in prison, knowing Wormtail is out there. Well, Sirius thought Wormtail was dead at first.
Yeah. And then he... Oh, how was it? He saw... Didn't he see him or he heard about him in the news? He read the newspaper.
He saw the picture of him in the newspaper.
And with Ron, he was Scabbers on Ron's shoulder.
Yeah, and he saw he was missing a toe.
That's how it was.
In book 1, it says Voldemort would be able to put his nose up to the window of Lily and James's house without being able to see them. Yeah. Yeah. Wasn't Bill secret keeper in Deathly Hallows? Katie says, I think the secret then was the house, not himself.
Yeah.
I think that's also correct.
So, but the house seemed invisible, but would you just see, like, Bill just laying in midair if he was laying on his bed?
No, I think he would be...
Or if the window was open,
I don't think so. But I don't think so.
Okay.
Sorry. Did Lily also always know Lupin was a werewolf, or did she find out from James?
Found out from James, I'm pretty sure.
I would think so.
I don't think it ever says anywhere, but I'm assuming that Lily and James got together and then secrets were shared and she kind of became a honorary marauder.
I would think so. I would think she found out about him being a werewolf. about them being animagi. I think she would have learned all of that eventually.
Yeah.
In book 1, it says Voldemort. Oh yeah, we got there. We got there. I'd also just like to commend Sirius for the extreme mental fortitude that it takes to not go crazy in Azkaban. The
Well, he says
sheer
that's because he was an animagi.
animagus.
Animagus, sorry.
I think that's part of it, and I think the other part is that he says in book the concrete fact that he knew he was innocent kept him going.
That's true.
And then he finds out that Pettigrew is still alive, and I think it rekindles that anger and pushes him to escape.
Yeah.
But just the sheer mental willpower that took.
12 years of being around a Dementor, especially after we've heard what it's like to be around a Dementor for just a few minutes.
Yeah.
From Harry.
Mm-hmm.
Just constantly.
Yeah. Yuck.
So, yeah.
And he was high security, too, so. All right, Marcelo, we will see you next time.
See you later, Marcelo.
Did the book also have the line from Remus about Lily being there when he couldn't even love himself? I would assume that's referring to a time as teens when she knows. I think that's accurate. Yeah, I think Lupin does say that at one point, that your mother was there for me when he couldn't even love himself.
Yeah.
I think he does say that at one point.
So I'm assuming it was like 5th year when Snape's worst memory happened?
Yeah, because they took their OWLs.
Yeah. So yeah, probably, by like 6th, 7th year when James and Lily have been in a relationship for a while, sharing secrets, probably found out about Lupin.
Is that the movie? The scene on the bridge? Oh, yeah, Katie, you're right. It is from the movie. That's a movieism.
Oh, is it?
When Harry and Lupin are on the bridge.
Though, too?
No. No. Because they talk about that's a line that they added in that they really liked.
Oh.
That's right. It's in the scene on the bridge.
Okay.
No?
There it is.
Stupid movies getting things jumbled up. I don't know if it is in the book. I don't know when it would have happened in the book.
Probably at the end of 3.
Yeah, but he doesn't talk to Lupin at the end of 3. He talks to Dumbledore about his dad.
No, he goes to talk to Lupin when Lupin's leaving.
I know, but they don't talk about his mom or his dad.
Oh, okay.
They just talk about how bummed he is that he's leaving.
Yeah, okay.
That's really what they talk about.
Couldn't remember how deep of a conversation they had. But I think, I don't know. I've been trying to think of ways to spin it that Sirius, wasn't a good guy, but I don't think he's a bad guy. I don't even think he's a gray character. I think he's just a good character.
Yeah. I think he's just got lots of troubles.
Yeah, pretty much.
And is very tragic.
He's struggling with a lot of issues.
He had a lot of really, really bad stuff happen to him and never had a shot.
Yeah.
He just really never had a chance. Katie says, even though she hasn't seen the movies in over a decade, she can still remember the scenes so well, and she gets the books and movies confused sometimes, even though she's read the books so many times.
It's easy.
It's very easy to do it. I think that Sirius knew that he was innocent, but it wasn't a happy thought because he still felt responsible for James and Lily. 100%.
Yeah.
V says that Sirius is chaotic good.
Chaotic good? Yeah. Okay. That's actually a perfect way to put it.
That is a perfect way to put it. I would say that that's accurate. He's a wild card.
Yeah.
He's a good dude. It's just wild.
Crazy even.
He's like the star Sirius. He burns very brightly.
Too quickly.
Yes. He's definitely that kind of character in literature that just burns so brightly that it's that whole thing of when a flame burns so brightly it goes out quickly. That's exactly what Sirius is.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
I was so devastated when I read that book for the first time.
And Sirius died
Yeah.
beyond the veil.
Yeah. I was so devastated. I was heartbroken. Oh my god, I was heartbroken. I was. I was so upset.
Where do you think the veil led to?
Death. Whatever happens
Right,
after
but his
death.
body disappears, so must have went somewhere.
I don't know. We've had this conversation
No, we
before.
haven't.
Yes, we've
No, we
talked
haven't.
about the veil. Yes, we have.
We talked about it, but we never talked about where Sirius' body went.
I
It must be some sort of portal. I mean, obviously it kills you, it's death, but
I don't think it matters, so I never thought about it.
oh, it matters.
No, I don't think it does. You're dead. Death is death.
But is it?
Sirius is a good guy, just had a lot of bad things happen to him that messed him up. Everyone from Dumbledore to Hermione at times. Katie says she remembers reading that at 2 a.m. and being absolutely in shock. I remember sitting on my bed in my room reading that and I just remember my breath catching and I just started to bawl. I was so devastated by it. And then reading the next ensuing chapters with Harry afterwards and just being devastated and oh my god, feeling so bad for Harry. Same time too. That scene where he just sits by the lake on like the most beautiful day and just cries. That's so sad.
Mm-hmm.
It's so sad. I had to stop reading it for like a few minutes and then I went back and I reread it and I cried again because I was just like, no way, no way. Uh Sirius didn't just die. No way. Oh, it was so upsetting. Still upsetting.
He shouldn't have died.
And then after that, it was Sirius died, and then oh, boom, Dumbledore dies. Oh, boom, half of the cast of characters die in the seventh book. Like after Dumbledore died in six, I was just ready for Deathly Hallows. After Dumbledore died, I thought, oh, here we go. All bets are off. People are just gonna die left, right, and center.
Dumbledore had the most reason to stay alive as a character. Now everyone else is just expendable now that he's gone.
The scene with Harry smashing all of Dumbledore's things is so cathartic after that. Yeah, it really is. That release of energy and emotion in that office.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the ambiguity of his death. Like you said, where did his body go? What happened? He just went in the thing. And that was it. We never get answers. And we never get closure over what happened. I don't think Harry was crying at the lake. Did he? I can't remember. I read 7 before the movie came out, but the rest of the books I'd read after seeing the movie. He just wanted to write much scary and mysterious stuff in the ministry part.
Yeah, I think so. I think that was a big part of it, and also the. I think there wanted to be that kind of unexplained instance of death.
I think it's a metaphor for the ambiguity of what happens after death.
Yeah.
That's what the veil is. In TV, the rule is if there's no body, they could come back.
That's true.
That's what I was hoping for in those last chapters. Like that's what I think is so great about Rowling writing it is he goes beyond the veil. You don't know what it is. You know he's dead, but what? And then Harry is just searching for anything that could mean that Sirius isn't really dead, and that maybe he could come back. And Rowling like really hammers it home with the conversation with the ghosts and Luna and everything that Sirius is dead. He's not coming back.
Mm.
That's it. Ugh. Ugh.
Really weird thought, but it'd be interesting to see a spin-off kind of like Jumanji. Some kid just walking through the forest and then finds the stone.
The Resurrection Stone.
Yeah.
Eh, I could care less about something like
Maybe
that.
Harry goes back and tries to find it, and at this point he's like this crazy 80-year-old scientist kook trying to figure out how he can restore life, and he brings Sirius back somehow.
No,
That'd be interesting.
no. It's contradictory to the whole story. That's true. He does come back kind of in 7
Yeah, he does.
via the stone. Oh, you're very welcome.
Very
We are
welcome.
always happy to spend time and chat about books and characters and things. Um, yeah, I don't know.
I really don't have anything else to say about Sirius, really. He's just a good guy.
He's a good guy who is loyal to a fault, and his loyalty and some extreme passion ended up killing him, and that's what makes him tragic.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just such a sad character.
This is true.
But one of my favorites. Also, he's got a great sense of humor. He's funny.
Oh, Sirius?
Sirius is hilarious.
100%. He's just a great character.
I just got here after church. You had to switch. Yeah, we
Yeah.
did. We had some wicked stream issues. Big time. And apparently we're still having issues.
We pretty much made it through the discussion now. Like, for the most part, we've got everything that we wanted to say said.
I think so. I think so. He's a tragic hero. He's a very much a Greek tragic hero. I mean, if Harry would figure out resurrection, would he not resurrect his parents first?
But maybe he couldn't resurrect his parents because they are just they're dead. But Sirius fell through the veil, so maybe he's in like a weird limbo. You know, maybe he's in like this purgatory state. We don't know necessarily that he did die. He fell through the veil and disappeared. He could just be in some weird transdimensional.
But if that's the case, then he wouldn't come back with the resurrection stone.
That's true. I mean, maybe it was just like a weird place like between the cabinet. Remember what was the guy's name? He was stuck in the cabinet.
Montague.
Yeah. Maybe it's just a weird place like that. Maybe Sirius just fell in there and there was no end, like starved to death.
No. I love the scene in book 5 after Arthur's attack. Harry speaks to Sirius privately and opens up about his vision. It's a rare moment between them that shows Harry can confide in him. All right, Mel. Sounds good. Dan wants to know if we changed cameras or resolution settings. Katie, he did.
Was it?
Probably the stream.
Yeah, I don't know. It shows that we're streaming in 1080 60 FPS.
It's probably the servers or whatever.
Well, this is the stream on YouTube, so it looks clear for us.
I don't know. Yeah, he did. He died.
No, I won't accept it.
Yeah, he died.
No.
That's the whole thing about
No.
the veil. It's a big metaphor.
No.
That is what it is.
He can come back.
No, he can't.
I know. I'm just kidding.
The quality looks better. My favorite character is Dobby. Very nice. You're freezing occasionally. Yes, we know.
Oof.
We are aware.
Well, for some reason, it's uploading to Twitch fine. So I think after this, I'll uh, I'll download it off of Twitch and I'll re-upload it to the YouTube channel. That way, there's like a clear video
Yeah,
of everything.
if anyone wants to go back and watch it or rewatch it or whatever,
Yeah.
they can at least get it to.
So later on, so we
Well,
don't have to have like stutters in our video. I'll do that.
Gary Oldman did do a good job as Sirius. Yes, he did. I don't blame Gary Oldman in the slightest for anything with Sirius and the plot. And yeah, I would agree 100% with that. Those moments where in book 5 when Harry confides in Sirius are great. Sirius listens to him without judgment or anything. He just listens to him and becomes somebody that Harry can confide in and is a father figure to Harry, even though Sirius kind of lives through Harry vicariously a little bit.
Yeah.
A
Lockhart spinoff would be great. Like his life after he gets out of the mental wing.
Oh my god, yeah, that'd be fantastic. What would he do?
Lockhart, relearning life.
Relearning life. That would be interesting for sure.
Just him trying to relearn everyday tasks while also being a celebrity.
Yep.
Just walking down the street, not realizing why he's a celebrity, but just being bombarded
And
by fans.
signing autographs and stuff. And like there's this inner monologue like, I still don't really understand why I'm so famous, but I do love the attention. That's true, Katie. Harry doesn't get very much time with Sirius at all. So
No.
when he does have time with him, it's so good. Those moments where he does get to interact with him are great.
100%.
Yeah, I think we touched on almost everything. I don't know if there's anything else to really discuss with Sirius. He's not as complicated as Dumbledore or Snape.
No.
He's pretty straightforward. He's a tragic.
I mean,
that's a bit. That's it. He's a sad boy.
I guess on that note, since we are having the issues, I want to wrap it up.
Yeah, maybe we should. Since we're having so many technological struggles, I think maybe we would just. I'm famous. Who am I? Well, they have that conversation in book 5 about whether Sirius would come back as a ghost, and Nearly Headless Nick basically tells him like, no, he wouldn't.
Yeah. You have to choose not to go beyond to be a ghost, but then you're stuck here and you can't go beyond. So
yeah,
you kind of come to like the crossroads, like Harry came to with Dumbledore. You can either get on the train or stay. But in Harry's case, he had a
Horcrux in his pocket. But yeah. Poor Sirius.
Poor Sirius.
We love him. We will never forget him. He was the goodest of boys.
He was. Yeah, maybe we'll just maybe for the next few streams we'll just have to do it just to YouTube or something and see if that fixes the issue.
Yeah, that sounds good. We'll either way, we'll keep you guys posted. We'll let you know where we'll be for our next stream to hopefully avoid our buffering issues for next time.
And I'll get the Sirius videos kind of compiled together, the 2 live streams off of Twitch, which should not have the stutters, and then I'll re-upload that in case you guys want to just watch it through without any breakups or buffers.
All right, so I guess we will see you this upcoming Thursday for some more All the Young Dudes.
Yes. All right. Take care, everyone.
Yes, we'll
Enjoy
see you
your
soon.
Sunday.